Hi guys, it is now 12:58 p.m. on Thursday, the 17th day. It's either 17th or 18th, I'll have to check. I just attended Deborah, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, Poneman, P-O-N-E-M-A-N, her webinar. I'm in shock again, like a positive shock. And before that though, I was feeling very torn in different directions. Like, I need to not be in my mind, I need to be in my body, I need to distract myself, I need to focus on other people, get over yourself, like all these messages. But the facts are that I started getting really bad physical pain, which forced me to lay down. And I did the echo meditation. I ended up finding this thing, I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but it was something, and I watched that. I'll have to find out what it was called and everything, and then I realized I had signed up for the webinar, and I realized I could attend the webinar, and part of me was like, no, you don't have time. I'm like, that's actually not true. So I was just feeling really torn, the best way to describe it, like all these things pulling at me at the same time, knowing full well the weekend's almost here again, my chance to have any sort of privacy is almost gone again, and all of that. And I ended up attending the webinar and feeling, and we did the time machine where you imagine what you want, which I do, which is why I want to open the center and stuff. But my heart's really hurting right now, really hurting. And everything she was saying was resonating, with me, but it was like, yeah, but you can't do that because you have emotion and you can't connect with people because the emotion comes up and then you're going to be rejected for the emotion, so you're stuck. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because when she asked if there were questions, I didn't think I could speak, like physically speak, because of the emotion. And then I thought of what I've been saying for the past 17 days. And I thought of, if I had support, like if I had love and acceptance, I would want to talk about my dream because I want to help others. And I said in the last video that love is the antidote to pain. So I ultimately decided that I was not going to let the fact that emotion might come out prevent me from trying to speak. And I was met with kindness, and I felt like she heard me, and I got to say to another millionaire, my dream. Because I really do want it to happen, and I really do think it can improve at least the world. But this is me walking the walk, guys. This isn't a matter of, for some reason I'm afraid to cry, but I have no reason not to. No, I'm facing very real threats. And this is my spirit shining through all of that. And I'm so grateful to myself that I keep trying. And, I'm in kind of suspension right now of, did that really just happen? But I know it did, and that's why I'm making a video now to prove to myself this is really happening. Because whenever someone, if they genuinely want to know what stops me, it's the fear of emotion. Because there's been so much that's happened to me, and then I wasn't even able to cry about it, so there is a backlog. And it was just really, I'm so grateful because it was really helpful. Helpful is not the accurate word. transforming, inspiring, validating to hear from someone who does have success in all areas, including inner peace and all of that, that we're meant to feel emotion. And that might sound obvious, but not everybody gets that gift. And I've given it to my daughter since the beginning, not knowing, but just in those, I've ultimately chosen my daughter over everything, and I'm very proud of that. And this was just more confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. And my goal is not to hurt anybody ever. But I also don't need to hurt myself anymore. And if me living my truth, sheds light on some stuff that's happened, that's not my fault. I'm living my truth, and I'm no longer going to take blame for things that are not mine. I'm not antisocial. I'm not wanting to live a small life, I'm doing the work day in and day out, the work. I'm also saying, like a long time ago said, the buck stops here as far as passing on that stuff. And I raised my daughter differently. And so I'm hoping I can join her program. And I just implore you, if you have even one person in your life that you genuinely can cry in front of and be vulnerable in front of, and you're safe to do so, do it. Because I know everybody's different, so I'm not speaking for anybody but myself, but my experience has been that the times where I finally released the emotion, despite the not only fear, but experience of rejection and punishment as a result, but it was the right thing to do, So I've moved a ton of energy. I really feel like I'm this vessel for energy moving, because the facts are, it wasn't that I didn't want to attend the webinar, or that I didn't want to talk, or that I don't want to go after my dreams, or that I don't want to help people. The facts are that the emotion of fear, but really it's tears, is what it boils down to, because I've never like lashed out. I'm not afraid of that. But there's something about when you're finally releasing and then it gets cut off that it feels like strangulation, and then it just gets down deeper and more painful, in my experience. Which is why I want to open the center where people can go into a soundproof room and let it out. Release it. Expel it from your body. So then you can bring your true and best self, which is your true self, right, to the world. Both your sphere of influence as well as the greater world. Because as someone who is affected by others' energy, I promise you, your energy affects others. Like, truly. And I'm in shock right now, and I'm okay with that because I know I'm telling the truth. And when my daughter gets off school, I will be there for her like I always am, and I'll be able to be even more present because I feel like I'm fighting the good fight. And yesterday, despite me not even being in any way out of control or anything, when the doctor suggested medicine, it's like, that's not what I need. I need to feel this. I need to release it. I just have never had a chance to safely do it. And that's what I want to provide for other people. So, that being said, when I did the echo meditation today, I imagined my dog again, and animals bring out the best in us. because they let us just be. I used to cry in my dog's fur. And he would be like, but then he would just lay there. And I know I'm breaking free of all these things. And the only way I'm doing it is by taking steps towards what I want, facing the intense resistance, facing the emotions that are causing that resistance, which is always fear. See, I'm like shaking right now, but I'm telling the truth. And continuing to take steps despite the fear, then feeling the emotion that gets triggered, pushed, releasing it. And then clarity comes and peace comes. And I transform the energy. So, I love you guys. And just as I was saying that, it was 11:11 on the timer, so I know I'm going the right direction. I'm seeing hearts lots of places. And I promise you, I'm going to continue to do everything I possibly can so that I can help pull other people from a place of strength, experience, authenticity, and love. And I really do believe that love is the antidote to pain. I'm really, really, really proud of myself.